Metatron is one of the most intriguing and fascinating characters in religious traditions. This angel is seen by many as the most powerful of winged beings. But after all, who is Metatron, and what is his role in the celestial plane? What relationship does this angel have with different religions? You will learn all this and even more in today's video. So stay until the end of the video so you don't miss anything about the story of this powerful celestial being. And help us by liking, sharing, and commenting. Let's get to the narrative. The origin of Metatron's name comes from Hebrew and has the meaning, he who occupies the throne next to the throne of God. This angel has a unique and privileged position among celestial beings, being the only one who is allowed to see the face of God and speak directly with the Creator. Metatron is responsible for transmitting the divine will to other angels and men, in addition to recording all events in the universe in the Book of Life. But how did Metatron become so powerful? According to some sources, Metatron was not created as an angel, but as a human, who, due to his great wisdom and piety, was elevated to heaven. This man is Enoch, the seventh patriarch after Adam, mentioned in Genesis 5:24. Enoch walked with God, then he disappeared because God took him away. Enoch was taken to heaven without experiencing death, and there he was given the name Metatron and 365,000 eyes to behold divine glory. However, not all biblical texts mention Metatron. In fact, his name does not appear in the canonical Bible, but in other apocryphal books, which were not accepted by the Church as part of the sacred canon. These books include the Book of Enoch, the Book of Jubilees, the Book of Heavenly Palaces, and the Book of Secrets of Enoch. These texts belong to Jewish literature and were written between the 3rd century BC and the 1st century AD in a context of crisis and messianic hope. Metatron also plays an important role in the Jewish mystical tradition, especially in Kabbalah. According to this doctrine, which seeks to reveal the hidden secrets of the Torah, Metatron is the angel who guides initiates in ascension through the 10 levels of the Tree of Life, which represents the structure of the universe and the path to God. Metatron teaches Kabbalists the divine mysteries and grants them a vision of the Merkava, the heavenly chariot of God. In addition to being revered by Jews, Metatron is also venerated by some Christians and Muslims. In Christianity, some authors identify Metatron with the Son of God made man, based on the fact that both act as mediators between God and men and have both a human and a divine origin. Some New Testament passages, such as Hebrews 12:22-24, could allude to Metatron. In Islam, Metatron is known as the angel Idris, which means he who instructs. According to the Quran, Idris was a prophet who lived before Noah and was elevated by God to a high place. Idris is considered the inventor of writing, astronomy, and mathematics, as well as being the first man to wear woolen clothes. Some Muslims see Idris as the same figure as Enoch, who was transformed into an angel by God, similar to Metatron. Metatron is an intriguing figure who has influenced several religious and cultural traditions, symbolizing the human condition and the search for closeness to the divine, in addition to the importance of wisdom and revelation. According to non-biblical sources, Metatron is the most powerful and closest angel to humans. But what stories are there about him, and what is his role in the history of humanity? The first reference to Metatron in ancient texts is in the Babylonian Talmud, a collection of rabbinic writings that compiles Jewish oral tradition. It is said that Metatron was initially a man named Elisha ben Abuya, a Jewish sage who lived in the 1st century after Christ, and who became a heretic by studying Greek teachings. One day, while riding through the desert, he had a vision of Metatron sitting next to the throne of God, which seemed blasphemous to him since, according to the Bible, only God can occupy the heavenly throne. Elisha then exclaimed that there were 2 powers in heaven and renounced his faith. However, another version of the story suggests that Elisha did not see Metatron, but he himself ascended to heaven and transformed into Metatron. This is due to his great piety and study of the Torah, being rewarded by God with an angelic transformation. According to Hebrews 11:5, By faith, Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found, because God had translated him. For before his translation, he obtained testimony that he had pleased God. Some commentators associate Enoch with Elisha and Metatron with the angel who translated him. According to these sources, Metatron is the closest angel to the throne of God, and the only one who can see his face and hear his voice. He is so powerful that he can shake the heavens and the earth. Metatron is the intermediary between God and men, transmitting messages and prayers. He is also considered the protector of children and the guide of prophets and mystics. Metatron is the angel of light, knowledge, and truth, revealing divine mysteries to those who seek him with faith and love. Furthermore, Metatron is associated with Methuselah, Noah's grandfather, who lived 969 years, according to Genesis 5:27. Some legends say that Methuselah was the first to study Kabbalah, receiving teachings directly from his grandson Enoch, that is, from Metatron. Methuselah would have passed Kabbalah to his son Lamech, who taught it to Noah, preserving this knowledge in the ark during the flood. Thus, Kabbalah remained alive and was studied and disseminated by sages and mystics. Metatron is described not only as the heavenly scribe and intermediary between God and men, but also as the protector of children who die prematurely. According to the Talmud, Metatron receives the souls of children who have not reached the age of 12 and cares for them in paradise, teaching them Torah and offering comfort and love. He also prepares them for the resurrection from the dead. The book of Revelation chapter 21 verse 4 says the following: God will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and there will be no more death, and there will be no more crying or mourning or pain, because the former things have passed away. This means that God will eliminate all suffering and sadness from those who lost their children and will give them a new life with them. Metatron also has an important representation on the Tree of Life, a symbol of Jewish and Christian cosmology and spirituality. It is made up of 10 spheres called chiro that represent the attributes of God and the levels of creation. Metatron is associated with the highest sephira called Keter, which means crown, and represents the will and purpose of God. Metatron is the one who receives the divine light of Keter and distributes it throughout the rest of the tree, illuminating all beings. Metatron is also related to Metatron's cube, a geometric figure made up of 13 circles that are connected to each other by lines. Metatron's cube contains the shapes of the 5 basic Platonic solids, blocks of matter. Metatron's cube represents the union of the divine and the material and the harmony of all things. Metatron also has a symbolic use in various spiritual and esoteric currents that consider him an angel of great power and wisdom. Some invoke him to ask for guidance, inspiration, knowledge, and it is said that Metatron is the one who can help us elevate our consciousness and connect with our divine essence, and which can also defend us from the attacks of demons and dark forces that try to distance us from God and our true nature. The book of Ephesians chapter 6 verses 11 and 12 says the following: View, if the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the jokes of the for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this age, against spiritual wickedness in the places celestials. We need to be prepared to face temptations and adversities, counting on the help of angels to overcome them. Metatron is known for offering energy and wisdom to improve health, harmony, and prosperity. Many people turn to it for meditation and healing, using Metatron's cube, a 3-dimensional geometric figure that contains the 5 Platonic solids. These solids represent the elements of nature: fire, earth, air, water, and ether. Metatron's cube is said to help balance and activate these elements in the body, mind, and spirit, harmonizing our being with the cosmos. Metatron had a huge impact on the perception of spirituality and connection with the divine. He is seen as a teacher, guide, and friend who inspires, guides, and protects on the spiritual path. Metatron teaches us that we are children of God with a divine purpose and potential, and that we can access the source of light and love. He encourages us to be better, serve the common good, and create a more just and peaceful world. There are comparisons between Metatron and Jesus, the Son of God. Jesus was taken to heaven after his resurrection and is at the right hand of God, as described in Acts 1:11. And when he had said these things, he was taken up on high, and a cloud hid him from their eyes. Jesus is the mediator between God and men, interceding for us as mentioned in 1 Timothy 2:5. For there is one God and one mediator between God and men, the man Jesus Christ. Both Metatron and Jesus are seen as mediators between God and men, with human and divine origins. However, Jesus is the only one who can forgive sins and grant eternal life, while Metatron is an angel mentioned in apocryphal texts. There is debate over whether Metatron and Jesus are the same entity or different manifestations. Some scholars identify Metatron with Jesus, while others see Metatron as a lesser angel or even a rebel. There is confusion and misinformation about this issue, often fueled by those who want to mix Christianity with other beliefs or create false doctrines. It is important to seek truth in the Bible and consult experts and pastors to gain discernment. Metatron and Jesus invite us to reflect on our relationship with God and the mystery of his love and grace. Metatron, despite his unclear origin, is admired by some in modern spirituality as an angel who brings humans closer to God and reveals divine wisdom. His story shows us that God can elevate a human being to the rank of angel, and that an angel can be a bearer of divine revelation. If you like this video, check out some of our other videos appearing on your screen right now. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this, and like the video if you haven't already. See you in the next video. See you then.